Okay. So I believe you're recording at this time. And so your questions, I've pulled up the email that you sent.
Yep.
And it says, so your first thing you said, when editing the post, how do you get the feature picture and change part of the picture that is shown? And they said, move the picture up and down. And so let me, so I'm going to pull this up. I think I need to do a screen share. So let's
Yep.
do that. So give me a second. Share. Yes. Okay, give me 1 second.
You're fine.
Application window. Snag it under. Okay, so are you seeing my desktop?
Yes.
Okay, so let me pull up Firefox. Maybe. Wow, okay. So, and hopefully by, okay, so you're seeing you're seeing the MSN screen at this time, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so I was looking at the site earlier and I've got your site pulled up. And so we're here on your site and you were saying about, let me shrink this back down, how to change some of the featured image. Was that what it was?
Yes. Well, I know how to change the image,
Okay,
but when you bring it up in the launch Beaver builder, it will show it and it'll bring it up and it's like a wide version of the picture. And there's a couple of things, if I can raise it or lower it, because it can cut off people's heads. It's like a zoomed in version.
okay.
So I'll show you in a second.
Yes, and actually what I'll do here, I'll give you control in a second. I just want to see if I can get there because what I did is I clicked the one button and it started taking me a totally different place. So I'm going to actually close this because that's not where we wanted to go to. So what
Okay.
you want me to, and I'm just going to stay in control if you don't mind, at least for a minute or two. So,
Oh yeah,
is there one of these in particular you wanted to look at as an
you can
example?
scroll down,
Okay,
please. And then you can go like the real value or any of those.
okay,
Um,
the real value,
yep.
okay?
Yep.
I'm going to turn on my hotspot in case I need to switch over. My Wi-Fi is always finicky sometimes. So, okay, so I'll play with this, see if this works. So here we are here. And so let's just double check something. Okay. And so you said then click launch Beaver Builders where you run into
Yep.
the issue. Okay. It is taking its time.
That's part of the internet. There it goes.
Well, yeah, hopefully this will load here. I'll turn on the hotspots because if the Wi-Fi in the house is too slow, then we'll switch over. But
Okay. Like this one is not so bad. There's a couple of them and I can take you to it, but this one isn't so bad. But one of my questions is, the real value of Cambria countertop. How do I get
change a shadow behind it, an
yeah,
overlay or something like that.
I
And
can't
then
even I can't even access any of that.
okay. So what the situation is though, I'm gonna exit out of this. I'm gonna hit done.
Okay.
And let's look at what's happening is that we're using I sent you the email saying what we're doing is we're using Beaver Themer. And Beaver
Right.
Themer allows us to modify and basically control how the different posts look. And so let me just see some
Right.
posts. And so, but you don't have to stay within Beaver Themer. You can go outside of that. So let's just pick it and hopefully what I'm saying is we'll work this way. Let's just double check it. So let's open this
Scroll.
Bob and Becky.
Okay. If you scroll down to the The other ones with words and yeah, because this is a little bit different, the Bob and
Okay,
Becky.
so I'll go backwards here. So give me a second.
Yeah, that's more of a testimonial, so
Okay,
just so I can make sure.
yes. Um,
So I don't have to keep bugging you.
yeah, no problem. So, and some of this is also a learning, some things that, whatever. So,
Yep,
I did not mean to click on that. Was this one of them? Value of?
that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so that's probably not what I wanted to do. So give me a second here. See if I
Yep,
make sure I'm doing the troubleshooting. Because what we're entering into here is not into, obviously you can change all this without an issue.
yep,
So
I
what
did all that.
okay, but it's the background and what we have we've applied a Beaver themer template, which probably puts, again, this goes back months ago is my guess, or yeah, quite some time back. And so I created
Yep,
a very simple theme or a layout, and then it applies to all posts. And so this was the simple layout that I went to. So what I want to do, just because I haven't done this in a little while, I actually want to get back to the Beaver themer and show you what I'm talking about here. So give me 1 second. Waiting for it to load.
mm-hmm,
And then I want to look at your post here. Post templates. I was, you see where it says templates here now, I believe, and theme or layouts. It's one of those two. Normally there's a templates up here, and that's why I'm kind of surprised that that is not an option up here, because I thought they would have taken me there. So I'm going to go to theme or layouts first and see. And again, my memory that this goes back quite some time when this was created. So I want to see what we've got going on here. Okay, so I see the post. So it looks like contact. Okay, so it looks like this was the only one that's relevant for our conversation here today, at least at this time. And back in end of February, it looks like when these may have been originally created. And so what was created is for all singular posts that this layout would apply. And so then we
okay,
can go now. Obviously, again, you're going to think this through and you can make your own decisions. What you're wanting to do is to be able to make new, and that's what I could have shown you that also. We'll do that next. How to create a new post to look any way that you want. What I'm going to
okay,
show you here is why this ended up creating this way. So let's double check here.
okay.
Edit. Let's do.
Because one of the things is it's all that tan in the background of the wording as well.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
reminding you just in case you're like, oh, you're right there.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. And well, once we get and me figure out exactly what I want to show you here,
Okay,
it's quick and easy to change colors, backgrounds, make them look the same or similar. It's just me getting back to where we need to get to.
I'm
Um,
sure.
so what this is set up right here is that we created a template that's for post for Kelly, and this is what we titled it. And so it applies to all singular posts. And we could set it to do different things, but right now, each time you create a post, that's how that's working. And
Okay,
it's set to go to post and then all posts.
okay,
So, but you could apply different templates or theme or layouts to different posts, if that makes
gotcha.
sense. So you can
Yep.
make all your bathroom ones look a certain layout, make all your, living spaces do a certain layout, kitchen a certain layout. But for right now, for our purpose, we've got all of them looking the same consistently. And so that's how
Yep.
that's working there. And so let's
Okay.
go ahead and launch Beaver Builder. So we've set the rule for how it's going, not the rule, for the settings for how it would apply. And so I click Launch Beaver Builder. And this is where you should be able to then make those changes that you were asking about.
Okay.
So you see here now, now we can make those changes up for the template, for the theme or layout. So
Okay.
you want the background changed? Go ahead.
Yes, just the background of that, because the rest of them should be fine with the,
So here's the background
okay.
color. So you wanted whatever you want just white, or do you have a color in mind?
That, if you go click on the, oh, let's see, trying to think of where it's at.
I tell you what, probably again, this is quick and easy to do. Oh,
Okay,
you'll be able to get back here, without a problem. So for right now, why don't I go ahead and I'll wipe it. Let's
just,
go.
yeah, just do white right now.
Okay.
That's fine.
And so that's how that is right now. So it's
Okay,
white. And then I'm gonna hit save. And we've got this on video, so you'll be able to go back and play where this is at. And what we
okay,
did is we went to the theme or layouts. Again, I was looking for the stuff up top. Um, and then there was something else you were asking about, doing an overlay or something for a
yeah, so
background for
like
this.
yeah, this is, you're in a,
Yep,
testimonial.
okay,
So if we could actually get into a post, that would help, because then
sure,
you'll have the picture there, and that's the main thing that I have the question on.
okay.
Let's see, there's one,
I clicked this one here, but you want me, I can stop it. You want me
that's
to?
fine. Yep,
Okay.
that's fine. There's one where Judy's on there, and when it blows up, it's actually cropping her head.
Okay, and so what I did was, just because I started clicking without really thinking here, I don't think that I'm in the right spot, because I think I need to go back to my post to actually do that, because if I go here, it's not gonna let me edit what we wanted to edit.
The picture, right?
Exactly. So good, well, the theme or layout. Well, what we're into
Okay.
right here is the post. And we don't want to edit the post. What we want to edit is the theme or layout.
Okay.
Is that making sense? Does that make?
Yeah.
Because
So it's just
and another way to think of theme or layout, we want to edit the template. And so we're not editing the post. And that's what I did, was I made a mistake. I just, kind of was talking to you and blah, blah, but I need to go back to my templates. So
okay.
let me go here to the theme or layouts to the,
Yep.
so is this still
So do you have to be on that,
dashboard?
well, do you have to be on that post, or this is just going to change for all the posts, right?
Well, and that's what again, when this will take a little time, and you may watch this a second time, whatever, but there's
Yep.
lots of ways to do stuff. And so what we set this rule, again, I set this up the end of February, just to show you, and now we are
Oh,
in.
yeah.
And so, but what I did is we just created one theme or layout. It's called Kelly's Post 224. But
Yep.
you could create one called testimonials, and it would make them all and then apply it to all the testimonials. Or you could make a theme or layout for all kitchen cabinetry, and then for all bathroom renovations. And so
Okay.
one of them, you might have the picture on the right, the other one you have the picture on the left, you have the different color background, and it can just apply to whichever ones you wanted to. All we did was create one, and it applies to all singular posts.
Okay.
So let's go back then. What I wanted to do was actually then to go to the theme or layout. These are the posts, and obviously, again, what I said, we don't want to do that. So let's go back to the theme or layout. And then for here, let's go ahead and edit. And actually, I think if I click here, I'm gonna double check something. And you can see it's turned on for all singular. So this gets into then post, all post, launch Beaver Builder. I don't do this every day, so you got to go back and remember, where is it at? What is it?
I tell you, Mark, I could not find it. I mean, no one talked about this at all. that I could find,
Yeah,
so,
the issue is it's a theme or layout, so that's why
right,
I probably should not, I should have clarified more with you. This keeps going back here. I know what it's doing. What I did is I created this Bill and Debbie. I did not click on that. This is right now is in here in the template. And so I could change these words here to say template. And then you would be probably but that would not appear, hopefully, on every page. Because what I did is I opened up the template. So let's double check this. Debbie and I did. Because I thought I had just clicked on the theme or layout. And I'm editing the layout. So
it says
let,
preview
us
as, go ahead.
let's try something. If I've got to backtrack out of it, then I'll do that. So I'm showing you here how to create some type of background on this. And because you have white text.
Yeah,
And so when I go here, maybe you already know how to do this, but I go to column settings and wanted to get the background for the column. Column settings. I did not want to change the row. What I want to do, okay, let me go back here. That's weird that it wasn't doing anything. And finally, now this, I believe this is where I'm at. So the
okay,
color right here is here. Let's just go to here. Let's knock this down to here just for our conversation. And yes, so I don't know why, I kept clicking, it wasn't doing it, but you can see what I've done is only for this, not for the row, but for the widget, whatever we added here,
okay,
the heading, was we went to the column and then went to
okay,
the column settings and then did the column background. Now, there may be, again, there's not one right way to do it. Sometimes you may want, Kelly, as you continue playing around, doing different things. Right now, this column is all this width. It does take up the full width, but a lot
right,
of, you could do 3 columns here. Just gonna show you.
3, yep,
You already know what I was gonna show you. And
yep,
then center it more if you wanted to do.
yep, yep. Now those I don't even believe that show up on the testimonials.
You do or don't think it'll show up on the testimonials?
I don't think it will. I think I
Okay.
have that turned off because they're all a little bit different. But
You're,
this is helping for the blog posts themselves.
exactly. And hopefully, if this worked the way that I think, and you seem to be agreeing and thinking that way. So let's just take a quick look here and look at one of the polls. So,
Okay, how do I get to, now is that going to do it for all of them?
well, because I'm just showing you how to do it.
Right,
You then can decide and I don't, obviously this isn't the color you want. I'm just
right.
trying to make sure, is this what you want? Is this how you do it? This is how you do it. Then Kelly would have to decide, what do you want each post to look different? You want each post to look the same? And
Okay,
right now, go ahead.
go ahead. How do I get to the ones with the pictures though? Because obviously it looks like I'm going to have to break it up into testimonials and then blog posts. But how do I get it so the blog post pictures, you know what I'm saying? Sounds
I
like,
think so. I think so. Let me look at one of these posts here just to make sure that what we did is what I wanted to do, and then let's
okay,
go back to your question. So let's look at one of these posts, and it should be hopefully now for any of these, hopefully that background is going to be that beige that I just put in there, whatever that was. So
okay.
let's knock on some wood here. Let's hope that
It's
happens. So
all different, isn't it?
sometimes, let's view it.
I am glad you told me, you just got to be patient because, you push that button and it's just got to think.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't react the way it should. Now, I see this background here, but that looks like a slightly different color than what I thought it would have applied. Do you agree? Did you put this background? Was that already there?
No, that's what you did.
This, like today, just now or before?
You just did this, I believe. It didn't have that before.
Okay, so it was just the letters there, it did not have this square behind it, so, okay.
Yes, yep.
Let's just look at one more if you don't mind. So let's look at countertop and cabinetry. I thought I did more of a beige. That looks more like a light black, but let's just take one more look here. Okay, so is this the color that I picked? So did we accomplish what I hoped that we did?
Yes.
Okay,
Now, like the background of this, I may have to change the color or the picture because it's so pixelated.
I would agree. And do you know how to do
Okay.
that?
Well, yes, I do. The only thing is, this is the,
It's
I
the
mean, this
featured
is just a
image.
question for you. This is
Yes.
actually, Cambria did an article and we were in the article. So this is actually their photo. So I should probably just put one of ours in there then.
I would probably just put one of yours, but if it's theirs and it's pixelated, you would need a larger image. They would have to send you a larger image, but
Yeah,
uh,
okay,
again, because some people use their cell phone, their tablets, their larger, notebooks or whatever. And
yeah,
it's not necessarily going to look the same for everybody, but I think probably a more clear photo that's one of yours would be a better idea.
okay, all
And
right.
it really is just it's the featured image for the post.
Right, and this is what they had, so,
Yeah.
okay,
And
all right,
and you obviously how to change the featured images because you've been
yep,
adding those featured images. Okay.
yep,
So
yep,
let me just show you something real. This is an okay time to interject here, Kelly, is that
totally,
you've got this spilling onto two different lines.
yep,
And so and you'll need to probably review this at another time, but so that you are able to do it. But there are some global settings that you can change. It's called responsive design. And so when you're on a larger monitor, if you wanted to appear as a one line, you could set the font to shrink down. If you're on a smaller monitor, you can set the font to shrink down. Right now,
oh,
this is spilling onto two lines. It's okay that you do that, but you may want the font to shrink as well.
okay, how do you do that?
Okay, so that's what I was going to show you real fast here. So let me see if I can
You
get,
knew I was
let me
gonna
get back
ask,
to, I want to get back to that Beaver themer and then see if we get to the global layout. So there's got to be a quicker way to get to where I'm getting to each time here.
now if it gets too small, it's not gonna look like a heading though, right?
You'll see in a second. No, it will respond to the size of the device. So
Okay,
you'll see what I mean here in a second if I can open that up. So let me go to the Beaver themer layouts. And we were working on this one here, post for Kelly. I'm gonna hit edit. I probably could have just hit Beaver Builder right there. Yep. And so again, you were saying, is this going to apply to all of them? Right now it is, but
yep,
you could have it apply, to certain ones, and not to other ones. So here, you
gotcha.
could do individual. So let's
Okay,
go to the Launch Beaver Builder. Now I'm going to show you global settings so that you'll know responsive design, whichever they call it.
okay,
And
and what did you just do right there?
no, I made a mistake, did not go to the right place here. So what
Okay,
I'm looking for is my global settings on this. I'm in the post template. So there's a way
okay,
that I should be able to get to global settings here. And then it would allow me to so that I can show you how this is viewed on displays on a large monitor, a medium-sized monitor, and a small monitor.
Okay.
And I'm not there, so I want to see what I'm doing. And I probably should not have dragged myself down this rabbit hole here, Kelly. Post settings. There we go. Okay, sorry. Again, it's a matter of remembering where stuff is. So what I did here, Kelly, is I'm on this particular theme or layout.
Yep.
And up here, this is it. We're currently editing the theme or layout that's called Post for Kelly. You may create a theme or layout that's called kitchen design, kitchen renovations, another one called bathroom renovations. You can decide the layouts, and then you can apply the layouts to the different posts.
Okay.
When you click this button here, you get into some additional options that are more advanced. But I want to show you here what you can end up doing is that you go to your global settings or global settings. And click here. Oh, Kelly, give me 1 second here.
You're good.
Responsive editing. Okay. So sorry. It's not that you are in the global settings area here, but in that you have to get to the responsive layout, I think is what they called it. Did you see what that was called? Let's see here. Responsive editing.
That's editing. Okay.
So then when you're in responsive editing, you can see what's happened here is that it's showing where the breakpoints are on this page. And so this is what it looks like on a screen that's this resolution, which they consider large. But when you go to a medium screen, I'll show here in a second if I click on it properly. So again, you don't have that many words, but you can see now, okay, this is how it's looking on a medium-sized screen. And then if you
Okay.
want to see it on a small screen, so this I don't like this.
No.
This doesn't look good. The rest of it looks okay. You know, well,
Yep.
this is okay. You know, there's enough words. But having the K drop down is not good.
No.
So then what you could end up doing here is click here to go to the heading settings, hopefully. And then you style. And then this is where you go here and you can see, are you able to see the screen, what's happening?
Yeah.
And so it shows the font. So I probably go on a small screen, 30, man, it's kind of large. I'm going to do 26, okay, 28. You know, knocking that one right there. So
Now this will only do this on a small screen then.
and
Correct?
that is exactly correct. It will
Okay.
shrink the font down so that it's 22 points on a small screen. But then when you go back to the larger screen, it's back larger.
Okay.
So where that will help you is that, you know, some of your pages are that applies to each page. Right now, I'm showing you in the theme or layout, but you
Okay.
on your different pages may want to check your pages and your posts, and then you can go to the responsive editing here for that page or post. So
Okay.
that's certainly more advanced. It's not that complicated. Most people would not know where to look for it and what it does and how that works, but that
Right.
is what it does.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit done and get out of this one here, and then I want to go back to your next question or whatever we were working on. I know the image was part of it, the featured image. Is that right?
Yeah. For the featured image, one of the things was I wanted to take the feature image on just like one of them and actually move it down or move it up.
Okay.
Like the
And
one I said of Judy's head was cut off. And I can tell you which one that was. Give me just post right here. It was. Never mind, I didn't print out the featured image.
and that's okay because it wouldn't matter because with the featured image, the way that right now again, you can change this. We have one layout set up and it applies
Okay.
to all posts.
Right.
But you could create a different layout and call it Judy's image post. And
Okay.
then change the image or the layout or the cropping or however the picture ends up displaying.
Just for
Um,
that one.
for that one, and then you would apply that. But let's
Okay.
go ahead and let's go to new, and then because you've done this obviously many times, let's go to new post.
Okay.
And here you can see new theme or layout. So if you wanted to create a new theme or layout called Judy's post or whatever, you could change that. So
Okay.
let's just do this. So test. Okay, so you normally do this. This is how you're creating your post, obviously, right?
Yep.
And then I saw you were entering some of your key phrases. I saw you were entering in your widgets, that type of stuff, and your meta descriptions. These are all good for search engine optimization.
Yep.
And what I wanted to get to was using the standard editor.
Now, why would I want to use a standard editor?
And I'll show you, because right now
Okay.
we're using Beaver Builder for all this stuff, but you have other, like I said, there's more than one way to do something, and you may decide to do that. I'm not saying you would, but let's just take a quick look. And I'm
Okay.
looking for my normal things that go down the side here. I click new post, choose a block type. I'm looking for like where the normally don't you see other options here?
Yep.
So that's I'm not sure what's happened, why that's not appearing, because normally you'd enter it in your featured image and those types of things. So let me hit here. And
Sometimes I have to get out and get back in.
that's what I'm about to do. So I'm on
Yep.
the page. Isn't technology great sometimes?
We appreciate it, but there's times where it's a little bit,
Challenging.
yep.
So, and I think part of it may be, I don't know if you can see my screen. I've got this thing's open in three
Oh,
different tabs.
yep.
And so there's some of the caching issue maybe going on here. So let's try this again, new and then new post. Oh, come on. That is so strange.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Oh, okay.
There it is right there for draft, but
I probably could have stayed there, but I thought I'll go ahead and log out, log back in here. So I normally don't have to do that, but how you been, Kelly?
good. And a little crazy, but how about you?
Yeah, doing well. Crazy in a good way, or
Different good things.
you don't have
And
a fourth refrigerator or anything, do you?
no, this was our fourth.
Oh, was the fourth? Well, I
It was,
remember you had some problems there. They kept returning it, so
it was
I'm glad that
crazy.
that you're not dealing with that again.
No, no, we are not. Thank goodness.
And have you been traveling?
No, we haven't actually. My daughter just came back from college yesterday, so it's just been just a lot of busy stuff. It's been good though.
I'm sure.
How was it with your dogs?
It was good. We went up there for the fur ball, so we try to make it almost every year. We've missed a few times the last 20 years, but we're almost always there. So it was a good time. So
Good. You said
it's
it
a
was in
great
Michigan. Where in Michigan?
in East Lansing,
Okay.
close to the campus.
Okay. Very cool.
Kelly, I don't see what's happening. I have no idea why this is happening. I mean, do you agree? Every time you've done this, you always enter in your
Yeah, that's where the picture is and
yeah, featured
okay.
image and all that type of stuff. That just is not making
Maybe
sense.
try standard editor here.
Well, that's what I did before. And then you asked me, why did I do that? And I thought, well, I need to get to a different spot here, but
Right.
so this appears to be a WordPress issue. I don't think I don't think it's your website. Let me just pull something up here. Oh, that one's done. I had moved that. Let me try one other thing here. I just want to see if it's doing that on other sites. And then I'll check your next question, so that at least I can knock something else off here. So
Yeah,
I
you're
got
good.
it.
I'll get it ready.
So new, and I'm going to new post.
Yep.
So this is showing up here.
Yeah.
So let me go here and see if I accidentally closed it or something. That's the box. Yeah, I may have accidentally collapsed the column. New and then post. Kelly, I don't know what to say.
Top toolbar. No.
I mean, I am dumbfounded here. No.
Hmm.
Okay.
Trying to think of what it would you even name it. What is that called?
I've never had it not be there. That's why I'm dumbfounded on this.
What is that triangle that's pointing up?
Here we go.
Where,
Yeah,
how did you get to it?
this right here under settings.
Oh, I can't see you because that's where
The
the
photos are.
pictures are.
Okay, you can move that if you want to. You can move that.
Oh,
I moved the photos around, but it's in the top right hand corner.
gotcha. Where was it again? I
Oh,
just moved
sorry.
the pictures. Okay.
Never had that happen. I must have accidentally clicked that at some point in time. Don't know what happened there. So
That's all right.
let's try this again. So test number 3, test 3 with Kelly. And test. And then let's look at the featured image here in post list only. You've done a nice job organizing your photos.
I tried. I appreciated you putting that in there. That would have been,
A little more difficult without it. Yep.
oh, yes.
I don't think there's any other way as far as like that I know of for moving this. I think if it was like for Judy's head, I think the featured image, I don't see the option to, like you're saying, move it up or down or slide it around. I
Okay.
don't see that. I think what
Okay.
would happen is you would edit the photo before you uploaded it. And then it would be cropped or positioned that way.
Do we know the image size that it allows? Because it
Mm.
is compact and it is long, so it's like it takes just a, do we have any idea?
Well, this one here that's displaying, I don't know if you, can you see the screen?
Yeah,
Okay, so you can see that's the size of this, so that is what's displaying. I
But-
think,
but
what's,
when it,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, when it brings it up though, it's only a certain portion of that picture. Yeah,
And I think that's gonna determine, let's take a look here. The size of the monitor that they're on and the resolution, because I think on a smaller, on their phone, it's not gonna show, let's say, to the sink. Whereas on a tablet, it's gonna show to the floor, whereas on a larger monitor, it's gonna be, I don't know if you can see the image here, let's see here.
I see what you're saying.
Well, again, I'm losing it here. This is, are you ready to publish?
Isn't that weird? That's different, isn't it?
I'm not sure what was happening there, if I'm clicking too quick and crazy or what's going on, so it's now live. I want to view the post. And then let me just, let's just use as an example. You can see here it comes like to the stove, whatever,
Yep,
oven. And you can see here the range shows. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Are you able to see the screen okay?
yeah, yes.
Then I think on a smaller monitor, it would show differently.
Okay,
So I think the thing was with Judy's image, I think it's gonna, when you do some of that responsive editing, you can decide if you need to use a different photo for the
okay,
featured image.
yep,
Now, with a post, as you already know, you can add other images to the post and have them display. Right
Okay.
now, I think we just have text. Is that correct?
for what? You cut out,
When you have all of your posts, you can add photos to your post.
I have that,
Okay, great. So.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And the photos are all where they should, should be. I've moved everything around. So,
Okay, so I went back here for your questions and it says, so when editing post, how do I get the featured image?
got that
Picture
one.
change the part of the shown. So we got that one. Then
Yep,
how do I put a box around the title and the
you
featured?
got that one.
Okay. I'm also wondering how I can change the background color of each blog post.
Got that one.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions as to how to make these posts look more interesting?
Okay, I don't plan on going back and changing the posts, or I can, but like for future, how can I make these look more interesting? Because these are definitely from the Divi program, and that's the best I could do at that point. But is there anything that you suggest?
Well, a couple things I would say with your post, you have to decide this is good for the purpose of your post. Who is the audience for your post? Why are you writing your post? And so if the purpose of Captain's Cabinetry is to educate people in Illinois and California and other parts of the country, that type of stuff, that's different the way you do with your post. I think your posts are pretty much, obviously local within 100-mile or 200-mile radius, that type of stuff, however far you go out. So, and your posts are not, or you have to determine are they set to entertain people, inform people? Who is actually going to read them? And so the people that you want to read them are probably your customers or
Potential customer.
potential customers.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I'm saying all this to you is that I think you, Kelly, you need to decide how much time and effort you want to put into educational type posts for the whole general population versus posts that are, here we did a new kitchen renovation for the Johnsons, and this is how great it looks, and talk about the Johnsons and the kitchen renovation for what they did, whatever. I mentioned the neighborhood or the city and that type of stuff. And to have their image, maybe, if they let you put their name, they probably wouldn't mind, they're probably proud of their new bathroom,
I don't know. They're small. A lot of them really care. They
Okay,
don't want us to do that, but we may find one that does.
okay,
you
well,
know?
yeah, it's just a matter of, so you could ask, sometimes they'll let you do the photos, up on your website, and obviously, you don't have to mention their names if they don't want that.
Yep.
If they don't want their pictures, that type of stuff. So,
Okay.
then getting back as far as for your post to make them more interesting, you can, decide what do you think would be interesting for those people. Maybe it would be multiple photographs in the post, just as an example.
Multiple what?
Photographs, images.
Yeah.
Because right now,
Yeah.
I think that your posts have, well, you said you have some posts that have images. Is that right? Or no?
Yes, I have all of them have images.
Just one image or multiple images?
Multiple images.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so you're saying as far as making it interesting, I think pictures can be worth more than 1,000 words. So I think
100%.
having some interesting images. I
Yeah.
think, the layout you can decide, the colors you can decide. I went
Okay.
with sometimes it's better for a blog post to have consistency, that they
Yeah.
look similar so that people know what they're looking at.
Okay.
But that's not as necessarily as interesting.
Okay. So my question is there a way to make it look better? Not so much with the content that I put in, but make it look more interesting, more professional type thing? Or is this basically what, am I doing? I don't think you've looked at any of the posts that I've worked
I
on.
have
so-
not, but what I would say is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
And so when you're creating this stuff, I mean, for eye appeal, you really can decide what you think would be, the right thing. And, you could ask some of your clients what they like. And if you ask Judy, and one or two, three other people, totally blank, what do they like? They may tell you something, and you can see four
Oh.
people don't even agree on that. But
Right.
uh,
Right.
so
Okay.
I don't have a great, let's look at one of your posts here just to kind of see what you're talking about. So let me go to
It's like sometimes you can have like a
pick a
like some of
post.
the templates, you can see that they just have different things. They I don't know, it just looks more professional, but I guess that's just me fooling around too.
What I would say is I know you can create
Okay.
anything that you want to create. So the whatever you think would look best would be the right thing. So what are
Okay.
so blog posts? Are you able to see my screen? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. With blog posts, I'm looking for some examples. Internal links. So they're mentioning internal links, and I haven't checked whether you're doing that. It is good for you to have hyperlinks back and forth, and
Yeah.
there's other bathroom photos or besides
Yep.
kitchen. Yeah, that's so that.
Now, do I have to, from what I could see, they moved over from Divi program, because I clicked on it and it was still all those links that I had, like, check out this blog post, or, what I mean, for further information or whatever I said, that seemed to work.
Okay.
Is
Well, I'm glad
that
that it did. I'm glad that it did work. I guess it kept the same page names that were set up, and so the link followed.
so far it looked okay. There was one that I saw that wasn't, so I fixed that, but And I can look at this too. I just
Yeah,
didn't know if you knew of anything.
nothing quickly came to mind. What I would say is that it really depends on your audience, because some people may not want a lot of images. They just want the straight, give me the facts, and that's
Yeah.
what they're feeling. Other people is more visual, and certainly someone who's writing about art and those type of things would want more color. With your food, you'd want to have, some of your food photographs, that type of stuff. So let me just see. I
Okay.
think these are just examples. I don't think it's going to be visually. So it looks like, let me move this over on my screen. So here, this goes on to 2 lines, then they put the featured image, then they put the text, I think is what this is showing.
Okay.
And again, I think I noticed on yours, are you leaving? I think it says comments and the dates. I thought on some of yours, I thought I saw that.
The comments?
Uh, I'll double
We,
check. Are you leaving your name on there and then the date?
no, we
Okay,
took both of those off.
okay, great, okay.
That's what you recommended, and I agreed with you.
Yeah, okay. So Kelly, I better just say I'm not, these are kind of generic. This is just showing a blog layout page, how they're laying that out. So,
Yeah, and that's okay, Mark.
okay.
I can fool around with that.
Yeah.
And
And so
my
I've not heard of one best way to do it, and,
okay.
Make it interesting. It depends on the audience, I think, is what would be the word would be interesting.
Okay. And my last question to you is in the very home image. So the home page, the very first image, is there any way that we can get it so when they click on it, it kind of zooms, you know what I mean? So it looks a little bit more
I
like
do know
it.
what you're talking about. Yes. There
Okay.
are ways to add the motion to the image. Let me just double check. Right now, what we have on the back of this is it's an image. So let me go here to pages. No, go to builder. And then do we call it home? Here's home page.
I figured it out where it could move. It would kind of go really quick, and then I slowed it down, but it was kind of weird. So I didn't know if it was.
Okay.
I'm excited to see what you find.
Well, I'm not sure exactly. What I thought is that you can do like an example would be like a slide show or slide different things here.
Okay.
But let's just double check. So row settings, which is showing up here. And then let's look at the background. So the background we have right now, have you done this already as a photo? Is this what you already checked? Is this where you were at?
Yeah, but I just kept it as photo, and then I did the position. I
Mhm.
think I don't know. It was a little while ago. So you're saying slideshow?
No, well, maybe that's, I was just asking if this is where you were at. So
I did not do this. No.
yeah. Okay, so photo, let me just check.
Oh, there's
that.
animated background.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think that's
Okay.
backgrounds that are like flying not saucers, but stars and
Oh,
stuff.
no.
I think that's what the animated backgrounds are.
Okay.
Um, yeah, birds,
Oh, yeah, no.
dots, waves, that type of stuff. So I think what I was going to say was I think besides, I mean, slideshow. Not that you would want to do this, but I think if you had a short video on your screen where, let's say, if you're using an Apple computer where it zoomed and then took a video and then put that in the background, but that's a lot to get the movement that way.
Yeah.
Slideshow.
We lost our picture.
You're not seeing my screen?
No, I'm not seeing
Oh,
the
yes,
picture.
we'll get it back. I'll exit
Okay.
out of this. Because the reason why is because we're not on photo.
Oh, gotcha.
I was
Gotcha.
trying to see adding a slideshow if it would give some type of effect. And
Because I could add a couple, 2 more pictures or something.
well,
But-
it won't. So you could add other pictures and it'll give more of an effect. And so
Okay.
the example here, we've got 3 photos selected, and then these are different ones. So let's just do the Ken Burns, I think, is that slide effect that you're talking about. Let's do randomized photos. And I don't see any photos. No, it says edit gallery. Let's see what's there.
But even if we kept that one photo and just did it too, it doesn't matter.
There's the effect.
Yep.
And the effect is called Ken Burns, but it randomizes it. Now, I think what your question is, or would be next, I think, if you say, what if we just have one photo and not multiple
Yep.
photos? It will have that effect. So let's do edit gallery. And I don't remember which image. Oh yeah, I do kind of remember what you had.
Yep. I can get it to it.
Okay. Add to gallery. Oops, not add to gallery. Media gallery.
Going, oh, right to the, nope, up, and so all the way to the left. Right, up, down one, right there.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. On the home page, you had this?
I think so.
No, I think you had, I thought you had something.
Was it a different one?
Before. Maybe I'm thinking of that other company's website that we looked at.
No, let me see. Let me look like really quick. I'm pulling it up.
I thought they were like white, but maybe it was that other company that you were using as a model, like we looked at so many times.
Homepage. Nope, it was that one.
Okay, well, you know, but you're so better than I do, that's for sure. So add to gallery. So I'm just gonna update gallery.
I do need to change that picture though. I need to update that, but I can do that.
So this was the Ken Burns effect. Must have
Okay.
written, don't know why you got named that, but that's, and then you could add the same photo multiple times and then it would, do that differently and stuff, but as it slides in or do the transition 1 second. And I don't know if you saw, you can set the timer for, how quickly it changes and stuff.
Probably a little slower.
Speed is 4 seconds.
Okay.
Let's do 5 seconds. I think between 4 and 5, I think is what they recommend for changing. Now, we're not changing the slide, but what you could, and here's the transition speed. But you
Okay.
could add, again, do the same photo and see if that does it slightly different. So not that you'd want to do this, but you could. So let me do add photos. Said it was this one.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna do more time. This is probably not the best use of a slideshow, but because
Yeah, but it's
you've got beautiful work, it'd probably be better to show beautiful work rotating as opposed to the same, but let's just take a quick look here. And that was the Ken Burns, change it every 45 seconds.
Okay. The hard thing about doing different, like this one has from the basic to the elegant is brown because it matches this picture. But if I went to a gray, you know what I mean? A
Yeah.
gray,
Yes,
that wouldn't work. So,
you are correct.
but what I could do here is I have another picture of this kitchen from the opposite direction. But do you
That's
think
up to
that's
you.
just too busy?
Is it too busy? No, I don't think it's too busy. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, with, you know what I mean? No?
I think
Okay.
and this is what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I think you could
Okay.
either, I think, again, changing the photo might be okay. You can see how it looks. You could ask other people what they think, but I think
Okay.
that, I think it looks great either way, but it's nice looking work, however you decide to display it.
Okay.
Was there another question on your list here, Kelly?
I think that was it.
I can't believe it. Let's double check here.
Can we change that back to one image real
Yes.
quick?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And it says the main image on the homepage, you did the zoom. And the other thing was about the health report of the
Yep,
site.
you mentioned that, so.
Yep. Okay, so to change this, let's just go to Builder and then open up this page. And then we're just gonna go to the row and then the background, and then we're gonna eliminate. Row setting. Edit gallery.
I'll update that
Yeah,
picture.
I'm sorry?
I said I'll update that picture because I've
Okay.
changed it, but
Well, and it looks like one photo was slightly different. It looked like it was more closer. So
I'll change it.
okay.
So it looks like it just keeps kind of doing it from different.
I think, yeah, because it'll randomize the effect.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. If you could do the same photo, a different angle, or multiple photos, but the Ken Burns effect, I think will rotate. I believe that's what
Okay.
it does. Now it
Okay.
stops, and maybe it doesn't.
I'll fool
Uh,
around with it. I just
Okay.
wanted it so just in case I get pulled to do something different, it looks okay.
Yeah, now if it stops after one time, then you could add the same photo.
Yep.
If you wanted it to look the same. Yeah, it looks like it's stopping after one time. So the
Okay.
Ken Burns effect, if it's multiple photos, it doesn't left, right, bottom, top, right, etc. But
Okay.
so
Now just
you add more photos.
okay. Now if I did it from a different approach, do you think that would just be too busy or do you think that would be okay?
No, I think it allows the viewer to see a different angle of the view. The other thing
Yeah.
that's going to happen, Kelly, is that when you do the slideshow and even like the movement, when they hit the page, based on their internet speed, their processing on their phone,
Yeah.
they start to show up. Well, they may
They're just
scroll, I don't,
right.
and they're not going to wait for a transition because they don't care what
No.
the background is and that type of stuff. So
Okay.
no, I don't think it'd be
That
too
sounds
busy.
good.
You don't need too many of them, but a couple would be okay.
Yep. Awesome.
How about other questions or thoughts, or?
That was all I had.
It looks like you're
I
making
really,
great progress. I saw the number of posts you have. This is all very impressive. I did not go through all of them.
we're working on another one too, so
Okay.
we're
And
getting
you
there.
have these displaying the testimonials or displaying under testimonials?
I've got it both. They're under test. So if someone said Captain's Cabinetry testimonials, that would show up. And then I also have it under the About Us page and then down below. And that is a carousel or whatever, the slideshow.
Yeah.
So I've got it in two different places, but I'm wondering, I gotta check that. I just
Check.
saw the where it says captains and then the line. I'll check that out.
Okay.
I know
Good.
there's one I have not posted yet either. I was waiting for pictures for it. So
Well, I'm impressed with all the amount of stuff you're doing and the quality that you're doing. So it's great that you are doing so well.
well, please let me know if there's anything that you see that needs to be, oh, this might work a little bit better, or because I'm very new and you're the expert. So I
Well,
appreciate all of your help.
well, I'm learning new stuff every day, so I appreciate the compliment. I don't know if it's all well deserved, but I appreciate that. And obviously, you're very intelligent. The fact that you're able to do all the stuff that you're doing and doing it so well. I did notice that you were adding in, the keywords and the snippets and that type of stuff. So all of
Yep.
that will and does definitely help with the search engine optimization stuff. So,
Yep.
and you've got all of your images. You've got. I thought I saw all descriptions. All
Yep.
text. I thought I saw that on almost all of them. So if not all of them, so that's great.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I think a great
Right.
job, Kelly. So if there's nothing else, if you have questions, let me know. If I see something, I'll certainly holler at you.
Yep.
And for the month of May here, that's great if we meet again. If not, we can always talk about doing something in June or whatever else you need. So
Okay. That sounds awesome.
thank you, Kelly. I'm going to end the meeting here in a second. So let me blow this up so I can see you. Let's see here. Go to stop sharing. And I can do this. And end meeting for all. Great to see you
All right.
again, Kelly. Take
Yep.
care. Thank
Bye,
you.
Mark.
Bye-bye.